Hey guys, how we doing? I wanted to do a quick video on a topic that I wasn't even planning on getting into until probably a handful of people within the last week or so have brought to my attention that has happened to them or they're going through it and they knew nothing about it until it was too late. So I'm going to warn you right now that if you are eating something, if you're squeamish in any way, you may want to just bypass this video altogether. But if you own animals, you just force yourself to sit through it for a few minutes. So what I want to talk about is something called fly strike. Now, this is like really basic in nature. There's nothing really complicated about it, but it's a really big deal and it can get out of hand fast, like within a matter of hours. So all it is flies land and lay eggs on a host. I've seen this in sheep, goats, ducks, chickens, rabbits, and even people. So that's all it is. Flies land, they lay eggs. The eggs hatch. If you don't know the life cycle of flies, when their eggs hatch, they're maggots. And then they continue on their journey to become flies. And then the cycle repeats. And it's just lovely. Yeah, and so I'm in Michigan, and the flies are really, really bad right now. So earlier in the season, it was mosquitoes. They were horrific, and now we're into fly season, and it's awful, and it's bad. So a lot of times what you'll see is just like like a wound, like not even a wound even, like a lot of people that have had it with rabbits, for instance, that have came to me with this, like if they have a breed of rabbit where there's like a lot of long, like if it's a long hair breed, they'll get like poop and pee around their butt and it'll mat, and if you're not staying on top of it, especially when it's hot, it's like this cesspool and perfect breeding ground for flies to come to, because all of that nasty funk right there, flies are like, this is wonderful. So they attract, they go there, and they lay eggs, and it's terrible because it's gross. Okay, but the maggots, then they hatch and take up residence with, like, inside of their host. Inside, like, just have their way inside of the host. And the host is alive, and it's extremely painful because it's a buffet of Jeffrey Dahmer type things. I don't want to do this, but I have to. So the host can live, and it's miserable and it's awful. So my suggestion is to just, especially when it's fly season like this, make sure you're giving your animals good once-overs. Make sure they don't have any open wounds or areas. Make sure their back ends are clean. They don't have any diarrhea or anything matted, no UTIs, nothing funky like that. Those are like the most common things to have happen. I'm not an advocate for raising like your rabbits on the ground colony style. My personal opinion, don't come at me for it. That's a hot topic for rabbit people, I know, but I'm just telling you what I've seen the most here. So yeah, I mean, do what you can to prevent, right? So get fly traps out if you need to have fly traps. We have them all around the barn this time of the year because it's awful. So do what you can. If you can have fans up to be blowing and keeping them off of your livestock, that's ideal. Keep their surroundings as clean as possible and dry. Make sure where your troughs are, make sure you're not frequently flooding them so it's just wet and then the flies congregate and you're just begging for issues then. Now, if you do have fly strike happen and you want to try to save your animal, you got to flush them out as much as you can. So take a syringe without the needle on it, fill it up with saline, and just start irrigating the wounds. Wherever they're going inside, just start flushing, 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 flushing until they're gone. And it's, yeah, it's not pleasant. Some people opt to just cull their animal because it's pretty awful, and saving them, their condition is usually pretty grave. So that's my 2 cents worth on fly strike. So just arm yourself with this knowledge. Try to prevent as much as you can. If you've made it to the end of this video, it was a doozy, I know, but it's real life, guys. So just the more you know, right? So sheep, if you have like, we breed Katahdin hair sheep, so their tails don't get docked, so they have long tails. They should not mat and be funky under there. That's because they don't have wool. They're a hair breed, so it's not like your wool breeds where there's a lot of wool and funk back there. But if they have like scours or diarrhea or something, I mean, that's still an issue. So keep on top of your animals. Just make it every day. Just do a rough head to toe assessment. Get your hands on them frequently if you can during this weather. It's hot, they're stressed, the bugs are nasty and gnarly, and just practice good husbandry with your animals. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll get to them, and thanks, guys.